My name is Ramesh Biswas. I'm from Bangalore. I started my own farm in the year 2013. It's almost 20 years now. So prior to that, I worked in few corporate, and there's almost 20 years of experience in the MFD business.
Nice to
Yes,
meet you, and I hope you're having a nice day wherever you are based.
I'm based in Bangalore.
Okay, fabulous. So, like
Yeah,
I said, the whole idea of this conversation is going to be about mutual funds. And my first question to
yeah,
you is, what
yeah.
is your definition of a strategic multi-asset allocation mix when it comes to mutual fund?
Okay, multi-asset allocation fund is a mix of diversification with enhanced risk and return potential. And asset allocation is a critical for the wealth creation for the investors. Okay, so it's very important that investors invest in a certain asset class which can give them a maximum return. So, in case of asset allocation, each asset allocation will behave in a different manner over a period of different economical cycle. So, choosing asset allocation is the best for the investor to, is the best option. So in case of asset allocation, for my definition would be this asset allocation will be investing in equity, debt, gold, and REIT, real estate investment trust. Okay. So equity actually will aim to provide capital appreciation, debt will aim to provide stability in the portfolio, and gold will naturally hedge against the inflation and the currency risk. So other thing, since it's managed by mutual fund, the professional manager will look at all this combination, all the 3-4 combination, whichever is attractive, different market condition, they'll be investing different asset classes. A professional manager will definitely look at the deep valuation of the stock market and expose the equity exposure and reduce the equity exposure when the market is very volatile.
Okay. So you actually given me the points for the next two questions that I had in mind. One is,
Yeah.
you mentioned about gold. Now, it has been noticed that traditionally Indian investors are inclined towards gold.
Yeah.
Now, exactly how can this asset be a good hedge against inflation, like you mentioned, and what factors make it a safer bet when it comes to situations when the market is experiencing high volatility?
See, if you look at the basic idea for the asset allocation to benefit the investors, in a matter investor, no matter how the economic situation is, so they will have to choose this kind of fund so that the risk in their investment will mitigate. It will reduce the risk and give them the maximum return. So gold actually will work against it'll edge against the inflation. Okay, and it will also edge against the currency depreciation.
Okay, fair enough. So gold is one way to hedge against inflation, but like you also mentioned, having a multi-asset allocation also is another safe weather, a fair weather against inflation. Can you also, explain, elaborate on exactly how that happens, when you have a multi-asset allocation and how such a strategy helps in long-term wealth creation?
So Indian, actually consider gold as a safe investment bet because they feel always the gold is a safe investment, and they will be investing more into that. They also feel that it will let against the inflation and against the inflation and the market volatility. So gold actually historically shown a positive correlation with rising prices. It has appreciated well when real rate of return is low. During the time of turmoil, the inflation has eroded the purchasing power of currency. The gold is appreciated in value. Okay, if you look at the during the market downturn, the gold price movement has shown a low correlation with the other financial assets like stock market and bonds. During the period of high inflation, gold performance can provide a counterbalance, helping to reduce the losses. Gold is a global acceptance, metal. It attracts global investors, and even in during market turbulence, economic instability, and geopolitical tension. So that is why if you notice, FIs increase the gold purchase when the market is very volatile, and keep investing in a gold to hedge against the other related turbulence in the market.
Okay, you're absolutely right about it. But if you come to Indian investors, one thing that is observed is, gold also has a cyclical demand and decline. So, what are some factors that investors should keep in mind when they're planning to invest in gold, especially looking at, the seasonal movements that take place?
You see, the one disadvantage in the gold is gold, it cannot be ignored that is a certain limitation in the gold. Like gold cannot be, it cannot generate a cash or it cannot generate a dividend or a cash flow regularly. Okay, but during the high inflation time or the global meltdown in the equity market, so people will generally, choose to invest in gold. And if you also look at it, historical data shows since 1971, the price of gold has increased by compounded annual rate of return at 7.65%. That is from 1971 till date. It's given a return of 7.65%. That shows sometimes gold can beat the inflation, and that is why the Indian investor choose to invest more money into gold.
Okay.
And they look at it as a multi-asset strategy to invest more into gold.
So
Yeah.
in looking at a multi-asset strategy, according to you, what is your advice? What is the component that gold should have in that allocation?
Generally, what these fund managers are doing is they look at the market condition. Suppose, look at the market today, it's at 66,500 level. And, gold would be about, say, per ounce is about 1,900 per dollar per ounce. So they will be looking at this kind of market combination to, look at gold as asset class to, edge against one is a volatility, the other is an inflation. And normally during a period like this, at the asset allocation towards the gold, the fund manager will be increasing somewhere around 35 to 40% and keep equities as asset class between 20-25% and the balance into debt to provide stability in the portfolio.
Okay, fair enough. And you mentioned one very interesting point, which is about, gold and how it is a safe harbor when it comes to geopolitical issues, which we have been seeing in the past several months. So how exactly can it help investors in protecting the portfolio from global risk? And today, it's not just limited to global risks are not limited only to geopolitical issues. It also spills over to climate change and the various calamities that is wrought by climate change. How can gold be a hedging instrument against it?
See, normally when it comes in the form of gold, when people are investing, they look at one as a safe bet because gold, they feel that it will not be volatile like an equity market. And whenever there's a turbulence or global market uncertainty, investors tend to increase the exposure towards gold and reduce the equity exposure so that it can hedge against the inflation or even if it is a market turmoil going continuously downward. They feel, or we also tell investors expose more into gold or a multi-asset funds so that they can protect the investor, protect their principal, and reduce exposure into equities.
So, Mr. Biswas, those were the only questions that I had. Is there anything else that you would like to tell investors when it comes to, factoring in gold in their multi-asset allocation or their multi-asset strategy, investment strategy?
Yeah. If you look at traditionally, Indians is the favorite is one of the, asset is gold. Okay, so gold should be part of their asset allocation. And you look at any one of us today, we have gold as asset allocation, real estate as asset allocation, equity as an asset allocation, and the mutual fund as asset allocation. So combination of all these four factors, it will definitely help investors to create wealth and to protect against the inflation or a currency depreciation. The one should have exposure into gold so that the portfolio asset allocation will grow in such a way that irrespective of whatever is the market condition, they will be making a close to double-digit return or sometimes even 10 to 11% kind of annualized return.
Thank you so much for your time, Mr. Biswas. It was
Thank you.
nice talking to you.